Hello, this is my slideshow on the rhetorical situation and how it will affect my career. So the rhetorical situation. The rhetorical situation is a situation which has to fulfill three criteria: the rhetorical exigence, the rhetorical audience, and then also rhetorical constraints. The rhetorical exigence is where there's a problem that can be solved through human communication. It needs to be convinced. The speaker needs to convince the audience or the person. And then the rhetorical audience is the audience whose minds needs to be changed. And then lastly, the constraints is what's hindering the audience. So rhetorical exigence. Rhetorical exigence refers to an issue that can be solved through human discourse communication. The exigence part of it means the problem which can be solved. This problem has to be within human control, and it can be applied to individual people or populations of people, like the entire world or one person. An example of this could be when they had lead in gasoline. The exigence was the lead in the gasoline, the problem, which was harmful and caused diseases, and thus the manufacturers of the gasoline were told to stop. Rhetorical audience, this could be 1 or a million people, and this audience has to have the ability to make change that can solve or at least help the problem at hand. There must be a rhetorical exchange where the speaker needs to change the audience's viewpoint, or else it's not rhetorical. Lastly, constraints. A constraint is something, whether belief, news, attitudes, many different constraints, which make it so the audience finds it hard to believe or find accepted what the speaker is saying or trying to convince them of. A couple things need to be considered when addressing constraints. First, they need to be addressed, and then then be used as a tool for your message. That they should not be constraints. Secondly, you should make it seem like the problem at hand is an exigence, and convince the audience to change to help solve the exigence, which will in turn help the rhetorical argument. How this will change my professional writing, knowing about the rhetorical situation. I think understanding the rhetorical situation will help my professional writing because it will help me understand the opposing viewpoints in my rhetorical situations day to day. So if you understand the constraints and have solutions and solvable exigences in my argument, then it'll make it easier to convince the person I'm trying to convince. Lastly, why this is helpful in my current workplace writing. It'll be helpful because right now I'm talking to employers. Exigences they have are problems that I need to be able to solve, and so knowing the rhetorical situation for the job I'm trying to apply for or have, it'll make it a lot easier. Thank you.